We back. It is the 23rd of February 2026. Graham Banks!
Steve Reuters, how are you?
Oh, fucking tired. I have been going to bed at old man times this week because I have been tired all fucking week. And then I slept like shit last night and also woke up at 6:45. But yeah, anyway. This is the first proper podcast for the year 20 and 26.
Mm-hmm.
It's also episode 333. Halfway to. Let's not get. We might jinx ourselves. But yeah. So you weren't feeling fantastic last week.
No.
Which was when we were going to do the first proper podcast. And I was like, I might do something. And then I didn't. Because it was my first actual weekend day, not doing anything video related since December of last year. That's what happens when you just go, Durr, and you just record almost. Stupid bastard. Anyway, how's tricks?
Yeah, not much.
Yeah, pretty much, eh?
Yeah.
Can't get, you can't get two, whatever. Things are fucked. God fuck damn it. Anyway, video games. We like those. Or at least some of them. More than some, but anyway. What have you been playing? Yep.
Yeah, so Call of the Elder Gods. It was announced at Q3 last year, I think. I don't think
it was announced during something on the Summer Games Fest lineup.
Pretty sure it was one of the Summer Games Fest things from last year. It's out as a not the actual game. It is the first chapter. Is what they're calling this. So
they're doing like the prologue thing rather than calling it a demo.
I didn't pay for it, so it's technically they're calling it a demo of just the first chapter.
Weird.
So it's a little bit of an old thing. I'm not too sure if I don't think they're doing episodic like other games have done.
No. You occasionally get games that instead of labeling themselves as a demo, they label it as like a prologue, so it actually stays in your library after you delete it.
Yeah, no, they're saying this is still a demo.
Okay.
The demo is called Call of the Elder Gods, the first chapter, and that's exactly what it actually is. It's the first chapter of it. So it introduces. Reintroduces the character on the right of the cover art there, whose name completely escapes me, Professor Everhart or something like that. Can't remember his first name from the first game.
Indiana.
And the woman there on that cover art is Evie somebody. She appears to be some sort of student of some kind at a university, and she is wants to meet with the professor about something that hasn't actually, haven't got to that point yet to know what that something is about. But there's a third person in the first part of what I played so far, is like some sort of psychiatrist who's interviewing or in a session with Professor Everhart, whatever his name is, and he's basically trying to get information out of the professor about something that he found in one of his expeditions, I think. So he's there in false pretense is essentially what is happening. So
this is a follow-up to Call of the Sea?
Call of the Sea, yes.
Now, it's the next game from that studio. Is this a sequel, prequel, spin-off, or is this...
It is a sequel, because it's in the same... He's the same character from the first game.
Okay.
They reference what happens in the first game.
Okay.
So it is a sequel. I mean, it is a sequel with the name of it. So yeah, I don't know how much they're going to reference the previous game.
That's been the curiosity for me in the whole lead up to this.
So they've referenced it, but I think it's more a case of they reference the events, but not much more than that so far. So it's the same sort of games like the first one was. You're in first person view, walking around. You're basically interacting with items in the world to look at them. You've got puzzles to solve, and that's basically it. Like it's basically it's the second one of those sort of games they've done. Voice acting so far really good.
Yep.
Music so far is pretty good. It looks pretty good. I mean, if you look at the cover art there, you can see it's kind of got it's pretty.
Yeah, that is that continuation of the art style from
the first one. Yeah.
And that game was a looker. I think that ended up being a very close contender for best looking game the year that thing came out.
I think so. Yeah.
From memory.
How
complex or like moving piecey are the puzzles?
So far they've been relatively straightforward.
Okay.
Although there's one that I've just come across that I think is probably one of the more complicated ones. I haven't quite got my head around it yet, but
okay.
They haven't been particularly tricky. So yeah, like it's in-world puzzles. You can walk up to things and look at, like for example, one of the puzzles from was actually a flashback sequence between the professor, and the wife from the first game. You know, it's like a flashback sequence. That was pretty neat because you could actually look at all the puzzle elements just in the environment. You could also bring up an inventory and look at them really close up, but you could just walk up to the thing. Okay, I see what I've got to do, and you could pretty easily do it. And as you do stuff and interact or figure out quote unquote what the solution is, a journal will automatically update itself automatically with the solution for you.
Oh, okay, neat.
So it seems to see if you I don't think there's any. No, there's no screen.
Like maybe is it sort of thing where if you get a couple of steps in but can't figure out the last step, it sort of fills that gap as a hint at least, or does it?
It doesn't give you any hints. Okay. But once you do, even if you just stumble across the solution or part of the solution, the journal will sort of fill out to say you found a part of the solution, and also if you do all three of the bits of it that require three things, then you've got the solution. So it's a pretty neat little way to sort of not handhold you, but kind of help you to go, okay, I have actually figured out the solution. Now you might not be able to put it in context, but the game records that as something you've figured out. Whether you understand how to use it, that's a different thing. But yeah, it does sort of highlight that sort of thing, which I think is pretty neat. Way that it does that. So I don't recall that from the first one, although it's impossible.
Not off the top of my head.
It's possible it did it that way, but I don't think it did. But I mean, that game was 2022, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, pretty sure it was 20.
Jesus Christ, what is time? 8th of December, 2020.
2020. Okay, so 6 years, over 6 years. Look at 5.5 bits. Wow. Okay.
What the fuck?
I would not have said 2020 for that one.
Neither would I. Are you gonna play the entire thing, or is it more just okay, I know what this is, cool beans, I'll be back?
Yeah, I think I'll just leave it for now. Nothing what I'm doing here will carry over to the games. I have to repeat it anyway, I suspect.
Oh, they're not okay.
I don't think so. I mean, as I said,
even if they do carry the progress over, it might be out late enough where you're like, "What the fuck did I do?"
Yeah, what did I do exactly? Yeah. So yeah, I think at this point I might get back into it, but I'm not. Nothing dragging me in at the moment because I'll wait for the full release, which unfortunately is not known yet. But I hope it'll be sometime this year based on what they've said. I mean, the demo seems pretty. Like this demo is pretty complete, so it's just going to be whether they've actually got the full story out done or whatever, but there's no date yet on the Steam page for this, other than a coming soon, I think, or maybe it's
it does indeed say coming soon.
Coming soon, so that implies that it should be this year, but game development is game development, so who really knows? But yeah, looking forward to that one. The Eternal Life of Goldman. Now, this is a game we saw. Maybe even been seen in the same sequence of shows last year, maybe.
I've known about it longer than that.
Okay. Maybe I can't remember.
It has shown up sporadically in sizzle reels and things like that, and the art style is the immediate.
Yeah.
Is the hook.
Yeah. So this is another demo. This is not out yet. This game just appeared the last couple of days.
Next Fest is this coming week.
Oh, it must be putting up to that then. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you said, this game is like this is a Metroidvania.
Yep.
I have played it for probably. This is a weird thing too. This actually got its own dedicated Steam page for the demo,
Yeah.
and
Some
there are
games though.
three. It's the first time I've ever had that, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
new
Yeah.
for me. And it's got three of its own achievements in it, which is kind
Yeah.
of weird.
I really like demo achievements. It's
Yeah,
fucking great.
so I mean, obviously it'll be the same for the full game when it comes out.
Mm.
Might be some tweaks to hide some story stuff, maybe.
Yeah.
But they basically say this is the first 90 odd minutes of the game, which is a fairly decent chunk for this type of game.
Wait, how was it 90 minutes when you've nearly played it for 2 hours?
That's what they claimed it was. So I don't know.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But yeah, this game, as you said, is
Looks
the visuals.
fucking incredible.
The visuals is just stunning, and it looks amazing in motion.
Yeah.
Like this is to me bringing back vibes of Willow and the Wisp, Ori in the Blind Forest.
Yep.
Just from the go.
Yeah, there is
wow.
a hand drawn
the
style
just
to it, yeah.
jaw dropping animation of this thing. Now let's see if they've got any decent. I don't think they've got. That's the overall map they've created, which is just awesome.
Yep.
That's how dialogue is delivered.
Yeah, it seems about
which is
pretty
they
relatively
they
typical.
can go on for a fair bit. There's a lot of dialogue to read, but this is the thing that
Voice
really,
acted or nah?
not that part. I'll get to the other part in the voice acting that does kick in because I don't think there's any. No. So this is the main mechanic so far in the game. Is this cane that he's got?
Yep.
And you can see in basically any photo of gun. That's not a particularly good one. You can see he's got a little cane.
There's
there.
a bit of a DuckTales pogo.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Exactly it. So basically, when you first start the game, you don't have this hook version of the cane. You just got a handle, and that's one of the first upgrades you get for the cane. And you can change these at any. Yeah, you can change these at any time.
Sick. All right.
Yeah, so basically up in the top, I don't think any of the screenshots are going to have it in there, but up in the top left-hand corner is where you can basically use the D-pad to change what type of attachment is for this bit, the middle bit, and ultimately I'm guessing at some point the right-hand bit will have another part to it too. I've only had the left bit and the handle and this bit. So, like for example, if we come back to,
I was going to say, there's too much of that UI that's just perfectly spaced for a
third
set.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't see any of the any screenshots that had it. But basically, the first upgrade you get, which actually is this one, allows you to jump high. Basically, so this one, as you can see, literally allows you to hook, so you can use it as a hook. This one allows you to jump higher. The one before it still gives you a jump. Basically, when I say jump, you're pressing A to jump, but you're pressing X to go down with the pogo, and that bounces up. So it gives you a higher jump. And there's another attachment I just got, but there's nothing in screenshots show it, that allows you to jump higher off certain types of platforms, I guess you could call it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So they've got that. So I think that's the Metroidvania part of it.
That's at least one part of it, definitely.
There's no map per se. Like there's an overworld map, like you just literally see these things here, little
notches. Yeah,
they just say you just travel there. You don't have to just fast travel essentially.
Yep.
But in this environment right here, this middle one here, this is a lighthouse, the lighthouse level, and that did have an in-game map for that environment. But there didn't appear to be much backtracking kind of stuff that you would normally associate with a Metroidvania. Doesn't seem to be.
That might come in like the next area.
It might be area based that they do that.
Yeah.
But it just seems to be that you get the ability, and you need it. You basically start using it straight away to do what you need to do in that particular area. But there's not that much that I've needed to go back because an area 3 screens back, with the upgrade I've now got, I can now get to something.
Yep.
It doesn't seem to have had that so far. I'm not saying it won't have it, but that's not been so far. And this is how you get your this is actually quite early in the game, actually. That's the lighthouse I was talking about.
Yep.
And basically you can do things in certain orders, so it's almost like open worldy in a bit, in a way that you can
Yeah.
actually do some certain things in orders. But yeah, this is just how they sort of deliver the quests to you. But it is, I mean, one of these. But this is in the opening part of the game. To give you the setting for this, it's friggin' dark. So in the start of the game, you're like following a bird flying through the air, I think, flying through a jungle, and shit just goes on fire, as you can
Nice.
see in the screenshot. And then you're basically imply that you're some sort of savior of some kind. You're going to come to the area and save something, because what happened was this fire killed a bunch of kids at a carnival. So they all just apparently just all burnt alive, effectively. And then you actually meet someone who actually accidentally started the fire. So it has a pretty brutal kind of a starting point. And that's just what you're playing as the character. What then overlays that is the one I think is probably really intriguing, is as you're playing it, every now and then the game will actually literally stop, and this kid will start talking who's actually playing the game or watching. I'm not sure if they're playing it as you,
okay.
or whether they're watching someone else. I don't know how this is sort of done.
Some kind of meta level narrative.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, right.
And they're, from all accounts, they're quite sick, and they're in a conversation with their mother.
Huh.
So I don't know what that story is over the top of, like, they actually talk to, they don't talk to, but they reference the character. How Goldman had done this, Goldman will do this. Like, they're actually referencing this character. So whether whether this kid is playing the game as you, and when, I don't know if that's, I'm not too sure whether they're just playing their own version. I don't know just yet. But that's all voice acted, that bit.
Okay, so there's all right.
Yeah, and so there's like multiple levels of story stuff here, and yeah, it's I'm fascinated by the story part of it. I do think that some of this dialogue stuff that goes on for too long.
Yeah.
Like, it goes on for way too long. And you've got to do an awful lot of reading. Now, it would be different if that was all voice acted, and maybe in the full game it will be. I don't know. But it is, like, it's the game looks stunning in motion. It's going to be, even though it's only not even out yet, if it comes out this year, it'll be a strong contender for best looking game, for no doubt, because it looks phenomenal in motion. Playing it though it's back to the old Ori days for me. It's really tight controls. You don't have an attack per se. The only attack you've got is your pogo stick. So if we come back to, which screenshot was it? It was that one, I think. No. Which one was it? There's one that had that one there. You see the little guy, this little thing here.
Little rat thing.
Rat thingy. You bounce on top of him, boop, he disappears. You've killed him.
Yeah, okay, that's hell of DuckTales.
Yeah. There are other I think there's probably a boss sitting there of some sort. Yeah, so there've been 2 bosses so far, relatively straightforward to defeat. And I'm currently on this kind of in the demo. That's what I'm currently doing, is some of these missions that are sitting here. So I will go back to playing this.
Okay.
As a part of the demo, because it's just really fun to play. And I just kind of want to see how that overlaying narrative that's been acted out is going to sort of finish up. But yeah, I mean, looks. I mean, these screenshots don't do it justice.
Nah, I mean, they look fucking incredible, and it's still not going to do it justice, because part of it is seeing the animated style in motion.
The actual motion and how he moves around and jumps around and stuff like that. The way in which the game gives out so far is just still sort of silhouette to the left here. That's how you get your tutorial stuff.
Yep.
So literally, that's like that thing when it in motion would actually close up and reveal the game back. If that makes sense.
Yep.
So it opens up, says opens up this thing. Here's how
Sort of
you
a portal-y
portal thing.
Yeah.
Here's the next bit of information for the tutorial. So for example, that hook thing, see how he's got a little ring there.
Yeah, he's pulling
that thing across. So that's all part of that. So you can get across here to jump on there, to jump on that, because his current stick can't jump that high. So it's all that kind of puzzle stuff. So far there hasn't been, and I'm sure it's eventually going to come. It's one of these levels where you've got to escape really quickly. I'm guessing that's coming at some point. So when I sort of chase sessions, things that these sort of games are known for.
Some of them have. There's not as many of them as you think that have this sort of escape sequencey type stuff.
Yeah, maybe this one don't have it, but yeah,
it ends up being more. Well, not necessarily escape sequences now. It's there was a challenge in Hollow Knight called Path of. I think it was in Hollow Knight called Path of Pain, where it's just this mad, fucked up platforming challenge, but you're not trying to escape anything. You're just trying to get through it.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of games of that type have adopted that.
Okay.
In different areas.
Yeah, again, no date for that one, but I think just says 20. Might even just say coming.
I believe they're targeting a 2026 off that.
I'm pretty sure it just says. I think it might just say 2026 in the.
It doesn't. It says coming soon.
Coming soon. Okay. So yeah, this is one to definitely look forward to.
Oh yeah, it's been on my wish list for a long, basically since announcement.
Yep. Outer Worlds 2, sort of going on from our Game of the Year stuff. This was discussed a little bit. I'm enjoying that game very lot.
Yeah,
it's a good game. Where am I currently at with it? I've done 4 main missions. So guessing about halfway through, maybe. It's opened up big time now. I've got like three more planets I can now go to.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's really opened up now with I've got multiple places, multiple main missions in different parts of the universe or the galaxy, whatever the hell that is in. So, yeah, really, really, really enjoying that one. The last one is the one that's been out for a long, long, long time, and
I saw this on your list when I was adding 2 more games. I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
It's literally been highlighted on Steam this morning. So I don't know why exactly it was there, but this is all Idle On. This game's been out on various platforms for 5 years.
Yeah,
5 and a bit years.
5. It'll be 6 years this year, later this year.
But it's got its actual full release on PC only in November of last year. Other than that's been on web browsers and iOS and Android and stuff like that. Phones and stuff. So it's on its PC. So that's maybe that's why it was highlighted. I don't know. It's an idle game, so it's got the usual stuff you'd have for an idle game. So you've got enemies to attack. This is what do they describe themselves as? You probably you probably played this.
I have not actually played it. I've seen it a bunch on Reddit though.
Okay, so they describe it as I think it's an idle MMO. They describe it as
management RPG.
Yeah, MMO. Yeah, so it's an idle MMO game. So when you first start, and I don't know if there's going to be any screenshot that actually show this. Oh, there it is. There you go. So when you start it, you give your character a name. I thought, okay, I just did my usual one. Already taken. What do you mean already fucking taken? I had no idea what this game was. Oh, it's an idle game. I like idle games. I'll have a look at this. Haven't played one for a while. Clicked into it. Okay, put in another name. I got through and then got into this sort of hub area, and there's all these real people in it. I'm assuming there could be bots for all I know. I have no idea. So yeah, it's an massive online game but it's idle though. So you can see along the bottom you've got your health bar, you've got a mana bar, you've got an XP level. I'm not too sure why the mana bar is only at 10, but that doesn't matter. You've then got...
They're not using much spells, they're just hacking things.
They're just hacking, yeah. So you've then got auto off, so basically if you go to an area where there are enemies, for example, this screen where there are just enemies running around it, you can just click auto on and it'll just go and attack
Yeah, well.
The new less enemy you've got, and just level up as you go along.
And you watch the numbers go up.
Your numbers go up. Well, the numbers won't go up because that's just attacking. You've got to go in and upgrade yourself. You've got to go and upgrade it once you've done that.
I was about to say, motherfucker.
You've then got items. You've then got talents, which is your skill points to put into different pieces. You've got your codex, which is, codex is information about
information you'll never read or look at.
Exactly. You've got a world map that you can teleport around. But this game, as it came from phones, has got all sorts of pay-to-win bullshit in it.
Of course it does.
So, I haven't gone into it that much yet, but it's in there. But, yeah, so it's visually looks pretty damn good. And you basically put on... you have obviously get upgrades to your equipment, how you look and stuff like that.
Yeah. There'll be a bunch of cosmetic shit. There'll be a bunch of item shit.
Yep.
And apparently it does the grinding for you when you're not even playing.
Yeah, so that's the thing too. Like it literally has an AFK mode, I guess you'd probably call it a feature. So I've only played it for literally an hour this morning. And that was probably 3 or 4 hours ago now. So apparently, even though I'm not playing it, the game's still playing for me in some level. Now, obviously, you're going to get less. Yeah. Well, I'm going to assume you're going to get less out of that, but I'm going to be curious to see when I go back into it what exactly my character has done, if anything. So
that's what Time Clickers was like way back in the day.
Yeah.
And
it was on the front page of Steam this morning as I was looking through to see what.
Oh, okay.
And it was just not that. What the hell was this? I haven't seen this before. And I just, okay, I'll click into that. It's free.
Ah, fuck it, why not?
Why not? That's an older game. I like those. So yeah, that's how I found it. I didn't even realise until I added it to our page today. The thing's been out for 5 fucking years. I had no idea. Yeah. There's nothing on the when you look at the game that's other than obviously release date would have been 2025. Okay, it's recent then. I didn't know the full history.
Yeah, but the actual roots of it and how, I think it had been in early, if not early access. It's definitely been on Steam for longer than 4 months.
Oh yeah, it was in early access back in 2021. So it's been.
Yeah, that's what I. Oh yeah, right. Okay, there it is. Yeah. So I have seen it on there a bunch.
Yeah. So, but 276 achievements.
Yep. It is absolutely one of those games.
So I've got 6 of those. I have no idea whether I'll ever go back to it, but it was just a fun thing to come and stumble across. I'll have a look at this, but beyond that, I may never go back to it, but it does look kind of cool. It's got lots of little mini games in it too. There's one that had you playing basketball, which is kind of cool.
Fuck yeah.
And as you basically score, put the ball in the hoop, that gives you points to then spend on that particular store's upgrades tree sort of stuff. So yeah, so it's got a bunch of that stuff in it too.
It is fucking hell of one of those.
Yeah.
In just a cruelly efficient way. It's just
exactly.
One of those fucking things.
One of those things.
It is pretty funny actually. One of the games I didn't put on because we'll get to I assume we're getting to my games now.
Yep, go to your games.
Right.
Yep.
So this list could have been 4 times longer, 5 times longer. I cut out pretty much a lot of things that I had played on video over the break because if people that's been the one I'm bummed out. I forgot to put Dead Zone Rogue into some of the Game of the Year stuff because I really enjoyed that. But Gambler's Table is a game that isn't on here at all. But the extent of playing it, I've got 69 hours in that game.
Nice.
I think I know, right? That completely threw me. Me and my mate do that, but I didn't quite expect that from you. You fucked. God damn it. I think actively playing that game, I think I've maybe spent an hour or 2. The rest of the time it's just been letting it run and letting dudes walk around and just flip.
Okay, that does the same thing, does it?
Yeah.
When you're not playing it, it plays for you.
Not when it's closed. I just left it running on the same
screen. You just let it running. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
There was times where I'd be playing games and it would be running underneath.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I did a couple of streams where I tried either running it underneath or had a little window down in the corner that was just running the game. But it turns out they can, because it was controller compatible, The controller would move the mouse cursor around, which would fuck up some games I was trying to play pretty badly. It was annoying. But anyway, Marvel Cosmic Invasion. We didn't end up talking about this at all during the Game of the Year stuff because, hey, let's face it, it just didn't come up. It is another one of those .emu belt-scrolling beat-em-up games that's licensed, much like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, much like Rita's Rewind for Power Rangers. It's one of those. A very great... I was about to click on the fucking screenshot like in the call rather than on the second screen. That was clever. Just a really nice like pixel art style, replicating that arcade experience. It gets weird, like quite weird. There's a bunch of like the narrative elements of this big bad who is here, whose name I have completely forgotten in the 6 weeks since I played it. Basically, he in some ways takes mind control over specific characters throughout some Marvel Universe type stuff. And there's some characters who just say fuck it and work for him because like they're just mercenary types, like Taskmaster, who's in one of the screenshots I clicked on. It is mostly really great fun. Some of the achievements and challenges are a mad grind because of course they are. It's pretty typical. Dude rocks up and goes, I'm going to fuck up the universe. He doesn't say it that way. Maybe it'd be cooler if he did, but you know. There is voice acting in it. And quite a bit of the voice acting actually replicates MCU voices.
Oh, okay.
So
they try and sound like
Iron Man sounds like Robert Downey Jr.
Okay, interesting.
Captain America doesn't quite sound like Chris Evans. They don't have the Thor they've got is like a mutant bird thing.
Okay.
I don't know some of that Marvel stuff particularly well enough to be able to speak on what the fuck's going on, but Spider-Man is hell of Spider-Man. He is a snarky, smarty's a bit harsh, but smart-ass teenager. Like, talking shit and all that sort of stuff. So, it's pretty rad. It does make use of those different characters in a really cool way. Yeah, like I said, some of the late game challenges and just some of the levels in general were kind of fucked because, like, the later levels, there weren't too many healing items that would drop. So it ended up being a bit of a, I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to say grind because it was a little bit of a meat grinder though. Just shy of 6 hours on the playtime, about 40% of the achievement, well, not about, exactly 40% of the achievements. Very good for one of those, but it's not necessarily something you're going to stick with beyond like the time it would take to play through most of pretty much the campaign.
So if can you go to the fifth screenshot, one on the top row, right hand side, top.
That one?
I don't know. Yeah, that one. So there's obviously 4 characters on screen. So you're playing as one of those, and there's AI's playing the NPCs playing the other 3. No.
So it acts as a tag game. You pick a character. You have a character as backup. You can tag in each story mission. Well, each mission has the pairing that it works narratively.
Yep.
Even though some of them are completely fucking random, like Wolverine and goddamn Nova, which makes no sense. But I believe it's much like the other beat 'em ups they've done, 4-player. So you can have 4 people run around punching on like you could with the Ninja Turtles game, like you could with Power Rangers. It's neat.
Cool.
I actually started 2026 games fairly early this year. Because by the time I'd got my game of the year list sorted, it was like, all right, I'm not really going to go back and play too many other games. There was one, I reevaluated Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, which again isn't on this list. But there's a video of it. But that was the only one from last year I could have kept playing. But I was like, I'm going to start 2026 and let's go. And I started with Big Hops, which is a 3D platformer. And you are Hop. They really stretched themselves on the creativity on the name. Basically, Hop is a little frog, and he gets sucked into a teleport or into a dimension by a being named Dis, because Hop intimates that he would like to go exploring the big wide world. So Dis is like, all right, cool. You can do that. Here, fuck you. I was like, oh. And you end up in some weird shit as a result. You end up having to pick up, I think they're called dark drips, which are scattered through the environment. You can see there, you get little drip fragments. And then the number there, although I don't know how this person or how this screenshot is taken when you're on the drill rig level with no drips. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. As you can see in this screenshot as well, you get a bunch of fruit that has varying abilities. So, like, I think these watermelons, if I remember correctly, you throw them out and it acts as like a rope shot.
Yeah.
So they're a little imprecise. There's like a melon one where you huck it against the wall. It creates like a semi-turret that just shoots 3 melons that just bounce around a room. And the lack of precision meant that I just threw fucking like dozens around a room to the point where there were just a bunch of melons going everywhere. And I eventually created my own little way of getting around. It's got a fucking fantastic art style. I love the look of it. And because I'm a dipshit, and I really should have waited until after I'd played the game, but before I played the game, I pre-ordered the Hop plushie. So I'm fucking accidentally getting a fucking plushie collection because IGN has an SK plushie. So I ordered it, because of course I did. I don't think it's good enough to buy the plushie for. But look, here we are. I've already fucking ordered it. I think Hop's a pretty neat character, so fuck it. Yeah, when it's on song, it's great. It's fun to play. It all intertwines, the jumping, the climbing, there is some swimming elements. You're using your tongue to go grapple towards stuff, or that's not it. There. Using your tongue as a swing, or as a rope to swing around, and you gain momentum and you gain speed as a result. And there's some really cleverly and creatively structured environment elements in the void areas, which are the sort of interstitial areas between each world you go into. Only if you've never played a Ratchet and Clank game, though, because it does like the sort of gravity defying walking around a planet type stuff. There's some really design and control choices that get in the way. Targeting with the tongue, like I said, it was imprecise. Brother, you don't know the half of it. Fucking hell. You do some fighting against the tongue targeting sometimes to actually get it to go where you want it to do, or get it to go where you want it to go. And it does have climbing and things like that, like Breath of the Wild, but the stamina meter is incredibly short, and you don't really get upgrades to it. You occasionally consume fruit that adds another blip that can do another wheel of stamina, but it's not permanent.
Oh, okay.
All of the collectibles are fully attainable within the mechanics that you've got. So there's no upgrading of mechanics, but it doesn't change the fact that some parts are just fucking annoying to do and execute. There's some really weird shaped, like some of the fruits. So the blue fruit in this screenshot, when you throw it or you stick it somewhere, it basically becomes a balloon for a period of time that you can stand on and use as a platform, and then you can chain more of them. But because they've got this weirdly round shape with some sort of knobbles on it, you can get on it and then just slide right off because it's rounded.
Okay, yep.
Which is, again, kind of fucking frustrating. The music is neat, but god damn it, does it fucking just drill it into you. It's incredibly repetitive after a period of time, and it took me 16 hours to play through it. So god damn it, some of those songs I was like, and there was a bit of artificiality in some of the lengthening or some of the structural length to it. Like I got to a point where, well, before I get to that, like in each of the worlds or each of the levels you go to, you'll run into people who are like, oh, this is what you need to do to get this next doohickey, to go chasing the MacGuffin, to go put it together for the fucking what's it. And every time it would be 3.
Okay, yeah.
Go and do these 3 things. Go and flick these 3 switches. Go and grab these 3 pieces. whatever. And I was like, oh, you motherfucker. But there's also a part where, and if it had been longer than what it was, I would have fucking thrown something. You think you finished coming to the finish of the game, and it sends you back through some of the levels to to collect instead of dark drips this time, they're light drips. I was like, fuck off. But yeah, man, some of them it didn't take too long, fortunately. And there was a mechanical part of that just was not explained. So I'm like, this was kind of fucking annoying. And the developer, when I put it on the discussion board, and the developer was like, did you know when you've got the chain of them, you can just jump after jump after jump? And I'm like, nope, it didn't tell me that. And he's like, I need to fix that then. I'm like, good fucking call. The other thing was, was quite buggy on launch too. Like, I ended up getting stuck in a roll at a point in like a piece of the environment, and he was just rolling, and I couldn't pause the game. So I just close it and reopen it. Look, it's fine. It's neat. 69 again, nice. 69% opening. I was about to say Rotten Tomatoes. Of critics recommend it. It's got a median score of 80. It's good. It's just not great. It benefited from the time of year it released. Anyway, I'm going to spend very little time talking about this. Hey, you know that game Balatro? What if you blackjacked it? Literally, that's what Rogue Jack 21 is. In the bottom right-hand corner of the screenshot, you can see a bunch of items. You pick up items as you go through that obviously manipulate different scenarios and things like that. It does have a story with Jack. Get it? Because blackjack. Again, really flexing the creatives on that one. He is a insanely talented blackjack player, which, again, how the fuck does that work? Whatever. But he's been in retirement because he was nearly killed or something. It's been a while since I played it. And you're then going through the city, the 4 different parts of the city to basically regain your fame. I don't know. It's fine. I played through a few. One of the 6 difficulties. I think I won on 4 of them, the first 4. And then I'm just like, fuck this. It's just getting too repetitive. And the conditions you're putting in place on the next difficulty aren't doing anything other than just arbitrarily just going, hey, check this out. Get fucked. So I'm like, whatever. This game's neat. Super Woden Rally Edge. Oh, I've got way more written down for this than I actually really can be bothered talking about. Put it this way. Of the 3 Woden racing games that have been released on Steam, and these are developed by a singular person, so I'm not going to shit talk them too much. Rally Edge is the best one. One, because the menu race part isn't as bad for me. I don't get as worn on that when it's a rally game because the rallying is fun. And the bigger problem I had with both Super Woden 1 and 2 was that I would end up in positions where I had fuck all money and no ability to progress. So I either had to grind like a motherfucker to get the credits to buy the upgrades or to buy a new car, or just go, I'm out. I did have to grind a little bit, but I got all the achievements in just over 10 hours. So it wasn't so bad. It handles incredibly well and really fun. When you start getting the really fast cars, you're like, even though it's still technically arcadey to a degree, you are hanging on by your balls, just like, oh god. There are a couple of times where you hit weird seams in a fence or something, and you get skewed off, and it's like, what the hell happened there? But it's still a really awesome arcadey rally experience. And I had Rush Rally 3 and Rush Rally Origins on here. This shit's all over both of them. Like I said, I've got way more written down to talk about, but I'm not going to. Kotama and Academy Citadel. You want to talk about Metroidvanias? Boy, howdy, this year started with a few of those. Fucking hell. So Kotama and Academy Citadel, I played a demo of this last year. And I was very impressed with it, particularly the combat and the traversal. So I'm like, yep, let's go. And then I did. Let's go. 20 hours, all but 4 achievements. It's fucking cool. It's so basically you are Kotama, who is the girl on the left here in the key art, and you have arrived, weirdly enough, at Academy Citadel, which is a school. And for some reason, you're trying to become class president or school president. But in order to do that, you have to get trinkets from 4 different people, and then they give you votes, which are tallied on screen. And I don't know. The story's weird. It's probably way too anime coded beyond like the basics. I think it looks quite nice, but there is like this lady here, like this girl here, perfect example. Quite large in the chest, but also good old fashioned G-banger just hanging out in low cut jeans. So yes, very anime in its presentation. But the feel of the platforming, the traversal, and the combat is fucking fantastic. There is a Path of Pain style area in this that took me 2 fucking hours to finish. But I got it, goddammit. I fucking did it. I was ready to fucking throw something during that section. God fucking damn it. Yeah, I think it works. It's really well made for what it is. Despite median score of 70 on Open Critic, I think it's better than that. I think if you try and score out things like the narrative of it, and you've got that very overt anime style, again, some of the music's a bit repetitive, but boy, playing it though, fucking Jesus, it's phenomenal. I've played way more of Carmageddon Rogue Shift than almost anyone ever should. This is the roguelike or roguish take on Carmageddon. If you don't know what Carmageddon is, it's an old PC racing game where they're sort of open worldy. You can either race and destroy cars or just run over people. And most of the time when people played it back in the day, they played it for about 10, 15 minutes to run over people and go, and that's about it.
You wouldn't say, it's 1997, this game.
There it is.
The game's from.
Yeah, 2 was 99.
When it came out, it was controversial because you're basically just running over anybody. And that was its purpose. So it wasn't as if you could...
So you could complete a level by running over every pedestrian in the level. Or you could destroy and kill every racer, or you just go race through the checkpoints. This doesn't do that. It does have sort of zombie-like people or characters on the track that you can run over. But we have said this plenty of times. We will say this plenty more times in the future. The internet's fucking stupid. Or more importantly, people on the internet are fucking stupid. Because the number of fucking reviews that are bitching about this thing not being, it's not Carmageddon. Fuck off. I also, I tried playing Carmageddon 2 on stream and it really didn't work. It ran, but on OBS, it was in this tiny little window, so it wasn't working. But it's these big, chunky, fucked up future cars. And you have a path to go through where you can choose which encounters you're going to take. Some of them are elite, where you have to win the event. Most of the events you can finish in the top 3 and still progress. There are boss fights, where most of the boss fights are kill the enemy. There is one called Jet Ass, where you have to beat it in a race. And that was fucking annoying a couple times, but you can kill it. It just has way, way more armor.
Way more focus on racing than the original.
Yeah. You could choose to race in the original, but again, if you killed all the other participants in the race, you'd win. Whereas here, you destroy a car and just destroys the car, and it respawns. Whereas you have in this screenshot, you can see the little spanner with the meter under it. That's your health.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Now, it takes a fucking decent amount for you to lose all that health. But the roguish nature of it is if you die or you don't finish in the top 3, that's it. Your run's done.
Mm-hmm.
You can get golden tickets where you can respawn after being killed, or if you lose an event that's not a boss fight, you can then skip it and move to the next one. There was something I was going to say about that, and I forgot what it was.
So obviously, with the first one being all about, well, not the end up being about running over pedestrians, is there much of that in this?
There is a bit. I mean, if we go...
So that's why people are saying it's not... That's why people are saying it's like, if it's got Come Again in the name, then that's what people think that's going to be.
These are much more enclosed circuits than in the main game.
What I'm getting at
is... You do have zombie-like figures on the track you can run over. You can kind of see them in this screenshot. It's a bit blurry. But they're more there just as an addition. Like, you get your boost, your nitrous boost, from running them over.
Oh, okay.
Or you can get some through, like, aggression, and there's, like, a sort of sideways dash, like a car checking mechanic. But if you were to sit there and objectively go through the elements that make a video game, you can see why it gets the 77 out of 10s, that sort of deal, because it's repetitive as fuck. There are literally 2 event types. One's a survival, where you drive the first lap to next to no opposition other than the zombies. You do get some, like, elite zombies that either explode, or there's some that fling goo at you, stuff like that. And then the second lap, there's enforcers, which are basically police to an extent, or the death races. And the large majority of the event types are the death races. Some of the cars don't handle great, but there's a bit of a weight to them that makes them sort of fun. But god damn it, if it digs and you're trying to drift, it's really hard to get some of the cars to drift effectively. They'll either hell of understeer or oversteer and just spin. And there are a couple times where I got, again, against the railing, and either I'd hit an invisible seam in the rail and just go flying, or one of the worst ones was an opponent, or sometimes even the enforcers, you'd try and hit them, it'd pit them, and they'd then turn sideways in front of you and just pin you.
That's what happens when a car gets pitted.
Yeah,
it's not unusual.
You're not intending to do that, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So once in one of the jet ass races, I had an enforcer that I tried, like, sideways dashing into smashing him. And he then got tilted, turned sideways in front of me, and just stopped. And he didn't move, and I couldn't get around him. And I ended up losing that as a result. I'm like, you motherfucker! But when, like, I found fun in it. I played more than just over 25 hours in it.
I'm just curious why it's got the Carmageddon name. Because it's not really got a lot to do with Carmageddon.
It's not. If you are trying to compare this to Carmageddon, it's not what Carmageddon is. Why has it got the name on it? Because it's a name. It's a recognizable name that some people who have played video games for an extended period of time know, and it hews close enough to what Carmageddon was, but it probably shouldn't have that name on it. No.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, I can see why people would be complaining about it not being Carmageddon, because it fucking wasn't.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
But I still think it's fun for what it is. I think there's plenty of things to criticize about it for what it is and also what it isn't. I get that. But just the way in which some people went about it was just kind of, really? Fuck off, man. Oh, hey, another search action Metroidvania game. Mio, Memories in Orbit. This one is substantially harder than Gotama. But I can't even begin to tell you what the story is because I barely understand it. You're an android. You wake up on some kind of, like, Ark-type spaceship that's overgrown and borderline rampant. And all the enemies in it are trying to kill you. You need to try and restore functions of the ship. And that's about all I understand of it. This game, and I know I keep throwing Souls-like around a fair bit, but this for me is purely a gameplay over narrative thing. Like, it's much easier to focus on the gameplay than the narrative, which the narrative is fine. I think parts of it are well written, but the playing of it, there's that difficulty to it that makes it borderline meditative, like a good Souls game is for me. and it looks fucking incredible. Like, some of these screenshots aren't actually as up to date, and that's actually not the perspective you play that game from either. So you're Mio, even though Mio is also Memories in Orbit as far as the acronym for the game. And you are, like I said, trying to go through this arc to try and restore the functions of the seemingly rampant AI that was, I don't know, controlling it. And you have different, like, you can double jump, hit, all that sort of stuff. Some of the abilities are really quite neat. There's not a dash on the ground. Instead, it's like a floating through the air. There's a sort of grappling hook, but it's called a hairpin, and it's somewhat technological in how it's done. And I just this morning got an ability that basically, because you can see the little strands coming off Mio in this shot, the ability turns into legs, and you can walk along roofs and shit.
Okay.
It's fucking cool. But it's like, Mio looks kind of what you'd expect a sort of android-y character to look like in a video game like this. It's the pencil style shading of the backgrounds that make it fucking incredible. I think it's a really neat mix of those art styles, and it works well. They've made the character of Mio easy to read and easy to see what's going on around you as well. Sometimes these games, it can be really tough to make out. Like, it happened a fair bit in Kotama, trying to figure out what was actually happening around Kotama with all different particle effects going off as you're hitting enemies and things like that. You're just like, what? The ever-loving fuck? What happened? How'd I die? Whereas here, there's no question about why I died. It's happened a lot. It's got a weird map. And the other part, I completely forgot until just now. When you get an ability, it doesn't present the tutorial for the ability in the art style, the main art style. It presents it as almost a computer wireframe.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a programmatic tutorial, which is so fucking cool. But it is incredibly fucking difficult. Incredibly difficult is maybe a bit too strong, but it is hard. If you like, I am enjoying this way more than Hollow Knight, Silksong. Like, I've put about the same amount of time into this as I put into Silksong, but I think there is more scope to the exploration and the platforming than there was in Silksong. Silksong seems very focused on just being like a 2D Souls-like in a lot of ways, whereas this is kind of doing a bit of that on the combat front while being difficult, but also having your environmental traversal platforming challenge and some sort of puzzle-solvey type. How do I get in there? Oh, I can go around all this way, and boop, there it is. Yeah. So I'm really enjoying it. Apparently, it is relatively long, 30 to maybe even 40 hours. So this one will be one that I keep chipping away at over time. And the last game on the list is another game I'll keep chipping away at over time, Escape from Ever After. Which, hey, remember Paper Mario? This is kind of Paper Mario. But instead of it being about Mario, it's kind of a meta commentary level of like corporatization of fairy tales.
Okay.
And how companies try and take over IP ownership and do fucked up things with them. Like, this company called Ever After Incorporated has just gone in, like, grabbed up a bunch of different fairy tales and is trying to, like, construct apartments in some of them.
Okay.
Or runs a corporate retreat in Treasure Island. So there's like some really cool meta commentary. There's some really cool almost sort of fourth wall breaking. And you've got that sort of Paper Mario art style. When you turn, it does the very obvious papery flip.
Yep.
This is a very old screenshot because I have not run into this motherfucker at all. This little clown looking dude, that's not someone in your party. Some of the, like, this screenshot actually is pretty apropos because much like Paper Mario, there is some element of platforming type stuff in the overworld. But the way the camera is positioned and the nature of the aesthetic choices makes some of the platforming way more annoying than it needs to be. but fortunately, it's not that big a part of it. It's manageable enough. The writing carries it. I think the combat has a bit of Claire Obscure style active RPG combat to it. And I really like the look of it. It's written quite well. It
does look really neat. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's some pretty neat characters. I have the quote unquote big bad wolf in my party. Only the big bad wolf looks like half his fucking age and looks like a kid. But he wants to be a rock star. And he plays guitar. It's pretty great. I think it's really neat. I played the demo, or I mentioned the prologue type stuff earlier. I played the prologue type of this on a stream last year. And I was like, yep, let's go. And I am. So I'm basically, at least till the next podcast, is probably going to just be me chipping away at Escape from Ever After and Mio. And I've downloaded like 25 demos in the lead up to the next fest. So I might do some stuff with those over the next week. I'm silly. That's basically it.
Cool.
So before we get to the beginning of the end, because we will not record another episode before March hits, there are video games coming out in March. And there's there's a lot of games coming out every month if you look hard enough. So Marathon, which is the new Bungie game. You talk about why did they use the Carmageddon name? Why use the Marathon name, given that it was a first-person shooter on the Mac ages ago?
Yeah.
But this is an extraction shooter. There is a server slam coming on this coming weekend for it.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to have a look at that. I might do something with it on video. I am not particularly... It's an extraction shooter. Yeah. It just has a weird sort of retro-futurist look to it, maybe.
Yeah, it's got nothing similar with, other than its name with the original game, so... And this game's
when you look at the name Marathon, it doesn't really indicate much of anything unless you know those old games.
And this game's been delayed, and this delayed what?
Oh, there's been a bunch of shit around this thing.
A bunch of shit about this game. So there's stories that this thing is either make or break for Bungie in some weird way. So because Destiny 2's tailing off, as you can imagine.
Yeah, it's getting rocky
because of how long it's been around for, but. Yeah, this is their next thing to try and get back on something, but I'm not too sure.
And it is also part of, or it's been a key pillar of Sony's games of service focus that has utterly collapsed on them.
Absolutely fallen apart, big time.
And the other part that's utterly collapsed on them is that people are shitting on Marathon because Sony closed Blue Point Studios.
Yeah.
Partly because they were trying to do a God of War live service game.
Exactly.
And everyone's like, fuck you closed Blue Point, fuck Marathon. Which, okay, yeah, sure. Solitaria, again, another Metroidvania. There are so many Metroidvanias already. Like, Perfect Pencil is another one I've got lined up. Tearscape, Solitaria, again, a game I've played the demo on a stream. Coming out of Korea. Sort of a Hollow Knight-y look.
Yep.
I enjoyed playing it more than I enjoyed playing fucking Silksong. I'll tell you that much. It's not that I hated Silksong. It's good for what it is. I just don't want to keep playing it. So yeah, that'll be the 12th of March on PC, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Just not sure when I'm going to get to it because Neo 3's out and I haven't touched that yet. Deadline delivery. You're a monkey driving a delivery truck and you're delivering packages. But it's got a fucking neat art style, and it goes really fast, and you do really, like, stunt type things, and it looks fucking cool as shit. Like the video footage I've seen, it's got a great sense of speed to it. Man, this monkey looks fucking cool standing next to his truck. That might be one of the best screenshots I've ever seen. A bit of dynamite, it just says, it'll be very effective. You see. You'll see. There are some really neat delivery type games that have been kicking about. And this one looks really cool. It's out, like, really soon.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
Mouse.
Mouse PI for hires. When was that first shown? A couple of years back at least.
Oh, it's been at least a good couple of years now.
And this is one of those things in a sizzle reel. I think pretty sure it was in a sizzle reel. Everyone goes, what? Go back to the last one. Go back.
Hang on a second.
Hang on a sec. Go back to that other one.
What the fuck was that?
This is the same sort of impact I had when Cuphead was first shown. Same sort of thing.
It's very similar. That flasher style.
Yeah, that sort of art style to it. So, yeah, I'm very intrigued by what this game's going to act. I mean, it's a boomer shooter, maybe first shooter, at least a first-person shooter of some sort.
It's definitely a first-person shooter. The boomeriness of it is debatable.
Might not be there just yet, but yeah.
It's all in black and white.
It's all in black and white, and yeah.
But they're doing so much. I mean, like, you could easily confuse this with Cuphead because the art style is very, very similar.
Yeah, for sure.
It also, the art style does indeed have its problematic background and history, but, you know, very few things don't have problematic backgrounds and histories these days. Published by Australian company, Playside. Although developed in Poland.
Yep.
Screamer. Again, we keep coming up with weird links. Like, we want to talk about, like, arcade racing games from the PC. The original Screamer came out on PC, like, 1994, 96.
Never heard of it.
So, this is a reboot. It's not a remake. It's got some anime narrative hooks. But apparently it drives and handles incredibly well. I love the look of it. But the arcade racing is apparently really well done. So I'm very looking forward to that when it comes out. AI Limit's getting DLC. Whoa! I like AI Limit. Moving on. And the last release I've got is Grime 2, which is a sequel to Grime, another Metroidvania, Souls-like, from a couple years ago, which I really enjoyed. I played the demo of this on stream as well. It doesn't quite have the same vibe and same feel to the first one. I think it's a different developer who acquired the Grime IP, maybe, or maybe it's the same team and I'm getting myself mixed up with something else. But it's all weirdly fucked up. So that looks neat. There is one game not on here. I went and changed the date on the Internet Games database based on the Steam page, and it doesn't seem to have been approved in time. iRacing Arcade, which is the arcade spin-off of the iRacing Intense Simulator. But this is developed by Original Fire Games, who made Circuit Superstars and Karting Superstars. That Karting Superstars has hit a bit of a break in the early access period because they got presented with this. And it was a great way to bring money in. Very similar handling model to Circuit Superstars, but I fucking really loved the demo of this when I played it. So that'll be out early 4th of March. So yeah, some stuff to look forward to. And that's about it for the games of March. Like I said, that much like my personal list, that list could have been 5 times longer. But it wasn't. How about we begin the end? The button worked. I was about to start yelling about an email address, but then I realized that I don't have access to it, and I don't think you've checked it in fucking ages.
I've not checked it in years.
Yeah. So we've got the YouTube channel, which might be where some of you are seeing or hearing this very podcast. YouTube.com/@ShouldIPlayThisGame64. Twitch.tv/Enemy Starship, where I do the streams and fun. Like I said, with the next fest being this coming week, I've got at least 25 demos downloaded. It'll be 27 by the time this goes live because there's a Vampire Crawlers demo that's not out yet, and one for a game called The Bearer and the Last Flame that I want to download and get to. And I'm going to try and do some video stuff with that in the next week. We'll see what happens on that front. Anything from you, sir?
Nah, nothing. Nope.
Nah. Not going the Solo Factory route.
No, they're talking about a 1.2 release, so
Ooh.
I might jump back in when that comes out, but that's a little while off. So yeah.
Fair enough. Video stuff next week. Fuck knows what yet.
Mhm.
We'll get to that. We'll figure that out.
Mhm.
And then we'll be back in 2 weeks for another one of these here things. One of these podcast type things where we talk about video games again. I like them. They're all right. So, Graham, thank you for hanging out again.
All good, no worries.
And we'll see you in a few weeks for another one of these podcast type dealies. But for now, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.